All right, everybody, I am still here in Singapore. I wasn't supposed to be. I'm actually supposed to be on an airplane right now. But long story short, AC on the plane's broken. We all got kicked off. And so I'm stranded here for another day. It's just luck of the draw, I suppose. But you know what? We're happy, we're healthy, and we didn't have a plane issue over the Pacific, which is good because, a day extension, take some time on a nice rainy Singapore day. That's fine. Look at this. Look at this view. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Very rainy, but beautiful. Like, that's fine. I'm not complaining. I am a little bit, but you get what I mean. I'd much rather have this than like an emergency landing on Easter Island. I think, I'll trade this for that. So that being said, I wanted to get back and stream and talk about stuff, but I am here. So instead I am sitting alone in this hotel room and I wanted to talk about what just happened with Grand Theft Auto, because this is why we can't have nice things. If you guys missed it somehow, Best Buy, which is a big American electronics retailer, they made an oopsie. And they have sent out emails early telling people to prepare for pre-orders for Grand Theft Auto 6, which was not public. No one was supposed to know that. If you've never done that, basically you put down, I think it's 5% of the purchase price, and it basically guarantees you a physical copy of the game, as if they were gonna run out, but you can do that if you want. And theoretically, it can also reserve your distribution, so you get it first, so you get a physical copy on launch day as opposed to having to wait months or whatever. It's kind of crazy because of course they've had to share information with retailers to prepare for pre-orders to open. I think this is why sometimes games will do an announcement with pre-orders opening in a month or in a couple of weeks. People always ask why don't they just do pre-orders the moment they announce the release date and announce the game? This is basically why. And it's wild because at first when it happened, everybody thought that it was probably fake or it was a glitch or something. But then people started reporting that they were getting those emails from a ton of different countries and nationalities and languages. And it didn't really matter where you were from, people were getting these. So it seems like it was a high up corporate thing. And then Insider Gaming confirmed that it was in fact real. They were able to independently verify it. And it looks like at least at some point, the goal was to open up pre-orders on the 18th. That was the goal. Now, anybody who's okay, buckle up, trailer's coming tomorrow or today or whatever. I'm 14 hours ahead. It's a total blur. It's 2 p.m. here, but it's 12 a.m. where I'm from, so I can't keep track of days anymore. But whatever the day is, people are okay, well, let's lock it in. It's happening now. I don't think that's a given because Rockstar, they very well may see this and just be no, screw you. We're going to delay it by a day or 3 days or a week or a couple of weeks. They could. I don't think they'll delay it by a month. I don't think they'll delay it that much because you got to remember the big tentpole thing that has been leading to predictions of release windows in this time period was of the next trailer was always that there was an earnings call for Take-Two Interactive on, I believe, the 21st. And that is an important thing in Wall Street just because it's when a company can tell investors and tell shareholders, this is what we got going on, this is why you should be giving us money, and why you should keep buying more of our stock and keep believing in us and our vision. And it only makes sense that if you have a big trailer for the biggest entertainment product in history, and you're going to open up pre-orders and start collecting money for the game, it only makes sense that you do that before you're trying to brag to investors and shareholders instead of after, right? If you can tell your investors and shareholders, we did 10 million pre-orders in a day, and you can tell them that, which they probably will be able to tell, that's important. That's a significant thing. And of course, they want to be able to brag about that, which is why people have expected that they'll probably reveal the next trailer and really lock in the release date and, of course, open pre-orders all in this week to 2 week period. Now, I am thoroughly curious whether they delay it or respond to it. But more than anything, I just think it is a fascinating reflection of where we are in the industry. I for one have I kind of miss the days of big surprises. you know? Like, I remember that reveal of God of War 2018. It would eventually be God of War 2018, but I believe the reveal was in 2016. I'll have Jacob put up a clip of it. But like, you remember it was that trailer where Kratos walks out from the shadow and he steps forward, you know, where are we going? In the direction of deer. Like that moment, it was so massive and so exciting and nobody really saw it coming. And looking back, you know, there were some leaks and people suggesting that Santa Monica was working on a God of War something or other, but it was still a huge moment, a really big, exciting moment. And I think the GTA 6 trailer number 3 will be a big moment and people will be really excited. Maybe by the time this is uploaded, it's dropped or something, but I think it'll be a big moment. But I do think it is fascinating just to see how it's become more difficult to preserve those moments. At least it feels like it. You know, it feels like we used to get at E3 every year a few massive drops, and we still occasionally get those, like, you know, even to a certain extent, Larian's big reveal with Divinity, that was a huge mystery, and it technically was figured out in the hours before the Game Awards, but that was a big moment. Witcher 4's trailer not being seen beforehand and not leaking beforehand was a big moment. And I don't know, I really miss those days. I miss those days of surprises when you'd watch a show and you were like, is it just going to be everything we knew was coming, or what? I don't know how to fix it, to be honest. I mean, it's just kind of an artifact of an industry that's grown gigantic, and with so many millions and millions and millions of people involved, it's just natural that there might be one person who finds out a piece of info and then shares it, and then it spreads like wildfire. It just is what it is. I mean, unless you are running an incredibly tight ship, and you know it's only 200 or 300 people that know what's going on and you have direct oversight over them, I just don't think there's any way to really deal with it or fix it. And nowadays AAA games are developed by, you know, thousands of people who touch it, whether it's localization or marketing or whatever else, so it's just impossible to deal with. But I don't know, it's a fascinating story, and it's fascinating to think that Best Buy might have been the ones to screw up all of Rockstar's careful and meticulous planning, but hey, that's just how it goes. I feel like there was a story where Best Buy did this before. Can't remember, but I feel like there's a story where they screwed this up before. I'm not sure. What I am sure about is that this room smells like mold. It smells like mold real bad. I was hoping I'd get used to it and it would go away when I walked in. I was like, maybe it's just like a weird cleaning detergent. Nah, it's mold. It's mold for sure. I don't know if I'm going to be able to deal with this. I don't mean to be bougie, but like when I was growing up, this is TMI. When I was growing up, we rented a house, and my parents, you know, it was a nice house for our family, but they at one point noticed like a smell in one of the bathrooms that was really bad, and they told the landlord about it, and the landlord was dragging his feet and wouldn't come out and look at it or check it, and you know, it kept going back and forth. The smell's really bad. No, it's fine, it's whatever. And finally my parents were like, okay, we're gonna cut open the wall and we're gonna see what's behind it, and it was just mold galore. Like, it was really, really bad. We had only been in the house for a little bit, but it was so moldy. It was bad. So they had to like tear walls down and they had to do all this stuff. It was crazy. But as part of that, I think I have a hypersensitivity, or just a sensitivity, or maybe I just can smell mold. But I do not like the smell of mold. Controversial opinion, I know, hot take. And so whenever I get in a place like this, it's always like, huh, I can't. So I might have to go ask for another room. They might all be like this, I don't know. It's a free room from an airline because of a canceled flight, so I guess beggars can't be choosers. But anyway, I'm gonna leave that there, and I'm gonna figure out this room situation. But I wanted to talk about the GTA debacle that's going on, and who knows, maybe we get a trailer the next day. Maybe they make us wait like a few more days, but we're running out of time. If they want to drop it before the 21st, we're about there. They got to do it soon, so we'll see. Who knows, maybe the next video I publish and post will be on the GTA 6 Trailer 3 reaction. You never know. Maybe I'll film it over the Pacific. fingers crossed we actually take off. Much love. Thank you for watching. Thanks for chilling with me while I desperately tried to get home. It's been bizarre because, like I said, I'm a homebody. I don't particularly love traveling. It's always very stressful for me. I force myself out of my comfort zone. My wife is super supportive to help me do it, and the team that makes all of these videos possible has been great. Jacob, Trevor, Landon, everybody. And so it's been stressful being stranded because I'm like, I want to go home. I want to go to home, but it's like you can't. The plane's broken. So what are you gonna do? What are you going to do? Take a shower and drink. That's what I'm going to do. Thank you for watching. Much love. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. He took my